Hello, and so in this video I want to introduce you to new R2 responsible recycling standard, R2v3. We already talked about it in our webinar back in May, but today I just wanted to break down how the R2v3 is structured. And so R2v3 has actually two documents. The first document is actually the standard, or responsible recycling standard version 3, which has two parts. The first part is what now they're being called core requirements, which they are more or less equivalent to R2 2013 provisions. Obviously, there was some reshuffling, some provisions have been renamed, and the structure of the core requirements, or the titles of the core requirements, are a little bit different than the original provisions. But now the standard also has processing requirements within it, which is actually the appendix of the standard, which is applicable. And these appendices, depending on what the scope of your organization is, they need to be implemented. And so these processes are either a downstream recycling chain, data sanitization, we have test and repair, we also have specialty electronics appendix, which talks about if you process specialty electronics. Then we of course have materials recovery and brokering. Now, some of these areas may not apply to all of your process, to your organization. Therefore, they can be excluded. However, for the most part, downstream, for example, downstream recycling chain and materials processing is usually applied or needs to be implemented for all of the electronics recyclers. Now there is also a second standard, a second document that needs to be taken into consideration and applied when you are transitioning your R2 certification to R2v3, and that document is called R2 equipment categorization. And that document really outlines the framework for evaluating electronic equipment, components, and materials, and categorizing their R2 status through each step of the R2 process. And so it is actually referenced as a requirement within the R2 standard. And so as we want to be able to help you to get your process started, or to better understand R2v3 changes, requirements, and how to implement, we're actually kicking off our R2v3 read-along series on our YouTube channel, and they will start on Wednesday, July 8th. And we're very excited for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, or to check out the videos where we will be talking about R2 core requirements and elaborating on what are the changes and how to implement some of these changes. So we look forward to having you join us. Thank you so much.